And the irony is the less you want something, the more it wants you.
The less we ardently desire something from others, the more they are inclined to offer it to us. From a psychological perspective, this phenomenon can be traced back to our innate aversion to pressure and manipulation. When someone senses our desperate need for something, it can often feel like a demand, an obligation that they are being coerced into fulfilling. This can trigger a defensive response, causing them to pull away, to withhold. On the contrary, when we adopt a take it or leave it attitude, it lifts the weight of expectation, creating a space of freedom that is both refreshing and intriguing. When we sense someone's intense desire for something, our brain's amygdala, responsible for detecting threats, can become activated, triggering a fight-or-flight response. However, when we perceive that the other person is indifferent about receiving, our brain registers this as a non-threatening scenario. This cues the reward system, lighting up regions such as the ventromedial prefrontal cortex, associated with positive emotions and social bonding.
My theory is that it's two theories. One, that your nonverbals change, your whole personality changes at the thought, at the realization that you don't need them, and so everything about you changes. And the other theory is that there's something about the universe, that the universe understands this, the universe knows this, and the universe then rewards you as a result of it. Which one is it? I don't know. All I know is that this is a reality, this is a phenomenon that I see all the time. And you can't fake it. This is one of those things that you genuinely have to say, I'm done with this, I look into the future, and all of a sudden, like your shadow, it follows you consistently. Now, whether or not it's the universe or not, that's why it's so important to be willing to walk away. You have to trust this. In your life, if you apply the strategies that you learn on this channel, or if you purchase my courses, if you do what those videos say, you're gonna have a bunch of dudes coming back into your life, even if you don't want them back, they're gonna come back. So apply these strategies. Learn to let go, develop self-love, because if you don't have self-love, you're not gonna have the self-esteem to allow you to be able to lose a man that you've deemed valuable. So what you do, you practice meditation, right? You practice loving kindness meditation. And I already made a video about loving kindness. You could go watch the video. It's called, I think it's called Feminine Energy, Affirmation, Loving Kindness. You could just go to my list of videos, you'll see it. All you gotta do is to develop this type of self-love that will insulate you from neediness is sit down 5 minutes a day and imagine yourself when you were a child and you needed love and support and you didn't get it. Imagine somebody that you love. Imagine somebody that you are indifferent to, like the postal man or the firefighter up the block. And then imagine an enemy or somebody that you're jealous about. And then imagine that you're telling them, may you be free, may you be loved, and may you be at peace. Keep repeating that for a minute for each person, or until you feel the desire for them to live a good life, until you feel that when you say, may you be free, make sure to keep repeating it until you actually feel it in your body. So what you want to do, even move your body and just say that, just say, may you be free. Oh my God. And if you feel like you're having a hard time with one of the persons, then what you want to do is keep doing it until you can feel it. Keep doing it until you feel it. And what you'll notice is that one of them is easier and one of them is harder. So start with the easiest one and then move down to the hardest one. And you'll notice that it'll get easier, and you'll notice that you'll feel that desire for them to be good. You'll notice also is that it'll heal you. You will feel a surge of positive emotions. And that surge of positive emotion is fuel for self-esteem. Now, if you guys are liking this content, check out my free gift in the description down below. It's an ebook about how to get a guy to chase you, and it comes with an audiobook. You can click in the description down below where it says get your free gift and get it. And also, we updated our website. You guys can book a one-on-one phone call with me, obviously, right? And schedule when you'll be able to talk to me. So no more knowing whether or not Father Alex is available today. You'll know exactly when I'm available. So it's a new website, and a lot of you guys have liked it because you guys want to know exactly when to talk to me. So click on the description down below, work with Father Alex, and you'll know exactly when I'm available, and you'll have me on the phone possibly by today. Okay. Anyways, let's continue with the video. Oh, by the way, if you don't like the call, we offer a money back guarantee. Okay. So Father Alex is not here to scam you guys. Let's continue with the video.
Then maybe I'm not good enough.
So what you're actually doing is you're confirming their real self-opinion. Is that a lot of these people really have low self-esteem, and whenever you show them that them rejecting you doesn't hurt you, what happens is that it induces pain. It causes them their ego to deflate, and now you've taken something from them. And so they'll start chasing you simply because you rejected them, simply because, no, not that you rejected them, but simply because you took rejection like a champ. You know, a lot of people want to see the tears. A lot of people want to see you cry. A lot of people want to see you beg. And when they reject you and you're not sad, in their minds, especially to the insecure mind, it's gonna confirm their deep-rooted self-opinion that they're not worthy. And so what they'll do is that in order to redeem their self-esteem, they'll start chasing you. They'll start doing things to get your attention. And as soon as you give them the attention, their ego will be nourished, satisfied, and they'll leave you. Why? Because all they're looking for is for the wins. They're not really looking for any serious, intimate relationship. So that's why people who keep coming back and forth, especially after you rejected them, and if you took the rejection like a champ, they just want to see you cry. They want to see you suffer. All because they need their egos to be validated.
What you have to understand is these types of people will never change. You can't change them with your poom poom. You can't change them with your personality. What this is just the fact that this person does not like you enough to be consistent in your life. And you got to stop taking this challenge. Like, stop taking this up as a challenge and just move on, because you're not going to win. And you're not going to win because he is some magical man, right? He's not Magic Man, all right? He's not. The reason why you're not going to win is just because it's incompatible. It's like you are a rectangle and he's a circle and you're trying to fit it in. It's not going to fit. And it doesn't make him any better than you. The problem is that you're taking this personal. You believe that this is a reflection of your value as a person, and that's why you are unconsciously trying to figure this out, trying to work this out. When the truth is that the more you try to understand, the more confused you'll be. Sometimes it's best to just let it be. Don't scratch the itch and keep moving forward. Because those men, when you look back at it a few years from now, you're gonna realize that they were just a complete waste of time. And this guy's gonna keep coming back to you, because why not? You know, giving him the poom poom, you give him the holy poom poom. Why does he need to treat you with respect? Like, seriously, there's nothing, no incentive to treat you with respect. So why should he? You know, it is what it is. So take the loss, move on. And anytime you see a guy that it's like anytime I see a girl who rejects me and still likes my post, I've learned to understand that that's just human nature. Why? I don't know. I don't fucking know. And I'm not going to find out why that is. Why are they that way? I don't know, and I don't care. But the point is that you just keep moving forward and you don't look back and you don't try to ask why, because you'll never get an answer.
The mentality you have to adapt is, if somebody is not making it obvious that they like you, do not interact with them if you want a romantic relationship with them. If they're showing you any semblance of them not liking you, do not entertain it. In fact, reject it. If you're not gonna show me with 100% certainty that you like me, where my doubts are removed, if your actions are not obvious that you like me, then I'm not gonna interact with you. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, you could pre-order my new course, The Commitment Formula. It's pretty much a course that I created that will break the patterns of you attracting guys that are not ready for commitment or commitmentful, because a lot of the times it is a pattern. Heal your energy from bitterness from men putting you in situationships, and just attract emotionally available men. It comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can pre-order it right now and get it at a discount. This course is pretty much for women who are tired of situationships. If you keep meeting the wrong guys that always ghost, or they're not ready to commit, or if you give too much too soon, or if you're exhausted from heartbreaks, or if you feel lonely because you keep holding your standards, sometimes you got to do it the right way, and most likely you're doing the wrong thing, okay? And this course is all about not having any gimmicks. This course will naturally attract guys that want to commit. And if you guys don't believe me, check out the testimonies on this. Every one of my course has always led to satisfaction. Most people don't ask for refunds because of just how great the courses are. And with this course comes a few things. One, you'll learn why men are drawn to strengths, right? And why weakness repels them, and how to radiate the proper strength that gets a guy to take you seriously, right? You'll be able to, above all, to show confidence without trying. A lot of the times it's very difficult to show a guy that you're willing to walk away when you're not willing to walk away, right? And I'll show you all of the red flags, the wrong guys that always comes to you whenever you feel weak, how to identify the guys that want to take advantage of you. And above all, it will teach you guys just how to attract commitment. I guarantee that if you do what this course says, you will find someone who likes you for you, okay? And if you don't like it, you'll get your money back. So click on the description down below, right? Pre-order it right now and you'll get it straight to your inbox. It should be out by the end of January next year. Okay, so 2026, it should be out by that year. Okay. Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. Take care. I was taller than him, more successful, and I was still jealous.
Yeah.
Because he has something I couldn't change.
Right.
And that shows you that, you don't really need to do much. You just need to compare him.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's it. Just compare him, even if he's more poor. If he's more poor, even worse is that, fuck, not even my money can help me with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, tough times, man. It's such a topic. So compare it to someone who's better than them. There you go. See, I'm reading my mind. And make them feel like their life isn't as good. That's one way in comparison. So honestly, the Mexican guys, they don't like the gringos. No. They're taking their girls. Like, that's how it is, right?
House.
Yeah, they're taking the houses, the chicks. Ese pinche gringo, vete donde volviste. All the cops say that. Someone else or to their actual dream. So if he's a rapper,
right,
and you meet a guy who's a better rapper, oh my god, he's gonna start writing some lyrics.
And if you start saying like, "Are you sure you're gonna make it?"
See, that's toxic.
Yeah.
That's toxic. That's
like, that's something that's gonna hit.
That's gonna hit. You're not even a good artist.
Yeah.
No, you're dumb. Yeah, honestly, he's not even gonna talk to you after that if you say that.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful. You gotta insinuate it. Oh my god, I met this artist. He's amazing. And you never reacted like that to his art. Oh my god.
Yeah. Like, you have to find ways to say it like non-verbally.
Exactly, so that he stays.
Yeah.
It's like there's an animal called the Alaphiba wasp, where it paralyzes you with venom, but it has to know which part of your nervous system to hit, because if it kills you, he wants to use you as food for his larvae. So he needs to paralyze you but not kill you, right? So it's kind of like this. You got to make him feel insecure, but not enough for him to leave.
Right.
Because if you go too far, he'll leave. But you got to do it enough so that he stays, but he feels it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, it's evil. Yeah, it's evil shit. So other ways to inflict pain: make them feel torn apart within themselves. Right? I don't know what that one is, but promise to fulfill a fear and bring out that fear openly, and then comfort them. Right? So it could be that he's afraid that he's not going to be a successful rapper. He said, "No, of course, man, you're going to be a great rapper." Like you let him talk about those fears, and then you validate him. Girl, and you're an amazing rapper. But the key is to let him talk about it, let him feel that pain. Yes, tell me, yeah, he's a tissue. So sometimes it's not even inflicting pain; it's just letting him open up.
Mm-hmm.
That's why with psychologists, they fall in love with their psychologists a lot of the times, because you talk about painful things and they comfort you.
Yeah.
So inflicting
and
they validate you, exactly, right? So step 3, right? You're already on the doors of hell right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Satan is watching. You really feel the heat. You already see BB down there opening the door for you. Right? Trump is upstairs. He's in heaven. Right? You don't think that? Right? So suddenly, step 3 is suddenly become warm. So after you comfort him, after you talk about how hot your neighbor is, right? You go back to him and say, and you say something that will validate him.
Yeah.
And what you want to be able to do is create this and then this. Mm-hmm. Right? And even if he likes you, he'll like you more.
Yeah. Because it's like giving him a drug.
Exactly.
And then he can't have it. And then you give it away again. and then you pull it away.
So this is how you could. This honestly, this really does work. We can imagine the people in our lives that liked us, and we missed this opportunity to do this.
Yeah.
Right? Since they were made to feel vulnerable, they'll get closer and accept you more. Right? They'll like you more. You know, the key is to pick a wound that's real. Bring his unconscious or semi-conscious doubts and fears into full awareness. How do you do it? Well, sudden jabs. Create the space for you to feel. Once you create space, you bring warmth, right? So you jab at it. You know, oh yeah, he's such a great artist. Fuck, but I love your art. Let me see that one again. And then you don't just say, "Let me see that one." Let me show you one that a girl did. She would look at my art, but she would just look at it for like a minute. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right, you know what? Keep looking, okay, keep looking.
Mm-hmm.
She would look at it for like a whole minute. Just go very slowly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was different than,
yeah.
You know? If she criticized my art before that, and then she did that, that's really validating.
Yeah.
You know, you first...
confusing.
Confused, exactly, right? But you must first create the anxiety. So you can't just be looking at the art. No, create the anxiety, and then look at the art. And doubt beforehand. So this works because everyone has self-doubt.
Yeah.
That's the ego, everyone, right? You find what's Trump's, right? Small hands. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I love Michael Jordan. He has big hands. My hands are big, they're the biggest hand in the world, they're incredible. And an amazing hand. I mean, it's deport her. Deport her. So that's like it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Incredible hands. Oh my God. You know what they say about guys with small hands? It's the opposite downstairs. Yeah, you know?
Against them.
So you bring out those doubts, right? Honestly, look, I want to go with the physical, man, because there's like, you know, because there are some wounds that it's one thing to have an insecurity. There's another thing, a wound. Like if you're born with small hands, they may not come back from that if you bring that out, honestly.
So it's one of those things that when a guy sees you with another man, your value just goes up in his mind. And that happened to me, where I went out with a girl, she was drop dead gorgeous, and when she came to visit me, everything was perfect, but she was one of those people who was like super clingy, right? And what happened after that is that I kind of like, when she left, I was kind of relieved, but then I started noticing some guy on her Facebook was like commenting on her photos, and she was responding to a lot of his posts. All of a sudden I got jealous, and that same interest that I was losing came up, right? So it's one of those things, like competition makes a man more sexually competitive. The next one is that your value raised during your absence.
Too much circulation makes the price go down. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporary withdrawal from it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave, create value through scarcity.
When you're not around is when your value naturally goes up. You pretty much have to let your unavailability do the dirty work for you.
Think about it, when you fell in love the last time, you usually realized that when either one, they weren't around, okay? Or two, when you guys were making deep eye contact, but most likely you realized it by yourself. You realized it when you were in bed thinking, or maybe you felt like they were leaving you, and then all of a sudden that sharp thunderbolt inside of you just hits you, man. It just hits you, and then you realize, oh my God, what the fuck? I think I'm in love with this person. It happens when you're not around. Just like diseases happen when you wake up in the morning, it seems like it, right? All the bad news happens in the morning when you wake up. But that's the issue, is that a lot of people forget that because of insecurity, right? We have this weird assumption, even though it goes against every evidence, even though it goes against everything that we've seen with our eyes, we have this belief that being there makes them fall in love with us. And the truth is that that's not the case. They're not a baby, people. You're not making a connection with an infant. This is a person. The way that people connect with other people is not just in person, but when you're not around. You become a figment of their imagination. They begin to crystallize you in their minds. When something is not around is when our imaginations go more crazy. Is when we begin to visualize them, feel their presence even though they're not there. When our parents dies, when we begin to feel more uncontrollable emotions. Absence creates a space for uncontrollable emotions. Absence creates space for love.
They would tease a man's imagination, stimulating the desire not just for sex, but for something greater, the chance to possess a fantasy figure. Once they had their victim's interest, these women would lure them away from the masculine world of war and politics and get them to spend time in the feminine world, a world of luxury, spectacle, and pleasure.
You pretty much have to let your distance be the thing that raises your value more than your presence. And that's why it's always good to have some distance from the person, not emotionally, but literal physical distance. Sometimes you have to have your own life. This is not something that you could manipulate it, but I don't recommend that. I recommend you actually have something to do during the daytime, where you actually have a life where you don't have to spend 24/7 with them. Now, are there relationships where spending 24/7 with the partner works? 100%.